So today we will discuss about export documentation. As we all know, whenever we try to export something or we try to start an export business, the most complex thing came into our mind is how to do the export documentation, because when we are not aware of export documents, it feels little bit complex. So today we will discuss about different kinds of export documents. uh, let's start our presentation. First of all, for export documentation, it can be categorized under three major categories: export related documents, shipping related documents, and the bank related documents. So today in our presentation, we will discuss about export related documents, and the other related documents can be discussed in our next presentations. For the export related documents, these are the documents which are created by exporter only. So for that, we have taken four major documents, that is commercial invoice, packaging list, certificate of origin, and certificate of measurement. Now, first of all, we will discuss about commercial invoice. This is the prima facie, or you can say the primary document to start the export. It is a kind of a bill. In a domestic business, whenever a buyer buys something from a seller, he or she gets a bill. Similarly, in the case of export, we we will get a commercial invoice. Commercial invoice is created by an exporter and given to the importer. The main thing is that in the initial level, first of all, exporter prepare a performa invoice, the kind of a sample of commercial invoice. He or she then send it to importer, and if there is no changes required, then it will be converted into commercial invoice. And if any kind of changes are required, he sent back with the changes, and after the changes will be done, the commercial invoice will be prepared. The commercial invoice uh, contains the price, value, quantity of the goods, and also include the trade or sale condition agreed upon both buyers and sellers. This is a sample of commercial invoice. See, in our presentation, we will also see the samples of the documents so that we can easily understand what exactly the document says. Here in commercial invoice, first of all, seller detail should be mentioned. Seller is always exporter. Okay. Sold to, that means who is the importer. Shipped to, sometime it happens there will be a trader in between of a buyer and a seller. Then shipped to may be different from sold to. Then if we see the right side, it will be the invoice number, date, commercial reference, customer reference number, terms of sale, what kind of export contract is being done, terms of payment, what is the mode of payment, currency settlement, in which currency they are dealing, mode of shipment, bill of lading number. Here, the quantity of the good, product description, unit of measure, unit price, total price. And in last, there is a declaration that says, I certified that stated export processes and description goods are true and correct. It will be signed and stamped by the company, exporters company. So this is all about commercial invoice. This is the first document by which the other documents are prepared. Importance of commercial invoice are legal document, contract between exporter and importer, primary document for preparing other documents, for the bank advisory also. That means to prepare the other documents we need commercial invoice. If we have to prove a contract between exporter and importer, then commercial invoice is again needed. It is a kind of a legal document. That means if any kind of dispute will happen, the first document needed is the commercial invoice. And the last one is the bank advisory. Whenever our document sent for the bank realization for the payment purpose, commercial invoice is a document which is needed. So that's all about commercial invoice. Let's move on to some other document, that is packaging list. Packaging list, as a name suggests, is a kind of a list which contains all the packet details and the packaging details. Shipper must create a compliant packing list, documents to be used by the party along the supply chain. Therefore, packing list documents are required for all sea freight and air freight shipments. What is the importance of packaging list? to correctly identify the cargo to be transported. It is basically needed by the shipping company what kind of cargo is being transported, what it contains, what is the quantity of the cargo, what is the specification of the cargo. Then used by the custom to understand how and what shipment is being transported so that they can go for the custom clearance if the cargo or the shipment is eligible to export, and used by the shipping company to prepare the bill of lading so that they can understand the specification of the cargo. Now here is the kind of a packaging list. Again, the details of exporter, details of importer, quantity, packaging list, how many containers are there, how many cartons are there, what kind of packaging is used, what is the quantity of the good, what is the quality of the good, what is the price of the good, and at last the certification or the stamp by the company. Now the next document is certificate of origin, which is commonly used named as CO. It is a document which declare in which country a commodity or the good was manufactured. See, most of the country nowadays ask that who is the manufacturer of the company, because nowadays assembling is a very common process. We buy the product from China and then sell it to US by the name of India, so this will be an unethical thing. And if it is needed, then you have to mention the correct certificate of origin. And sometimes it happens few countries have dispute between each other, so they do not want to buy any of the product from that country. Then they need a certificate of origin for a proof that the product is not be assembled or manufactured in that particular country. The importance of certificate of origin is to determine whether goods are eligible to import. As we can say, some countries ban some particular country so that are they eligible for import. How much duty to be paid according to the countries, the import duties are decided. So how many duties, how much duties are paid. A certificate of origin may also be required by the buyer. In the documentary requirement stated a letter of credit. If the term of payment is letter of credit, then certificate of origin is one of the document which is required by the bank. There are basically two types of certificate of origin. One is non-preferential and one is preferential. Non-preferential is an ordinary CO, indicate that goods do not qualify any kind of reduced tariff-free treatment, or any kind of rebate or subsidiary. While the preferential uh, certificate of origin declares that yes, they are in the category of preferential or the tariff-free treatment. Sometimes we have a our country have a tie-up with some other country, for example European Union. European Union, all the 27, 28 countries have a trade agreement that the trade will be in the preferential terms. They do not have to pay the import duties while importing the good from one European country to another European country. In that case, they have to mention a preferential certificate of origin. So this is all about certificate of origin. Next document and the last document for exporter is certificate of, this is the example, or you can say the sample of certificate of origin. Here we taken CO of China, in which first of all in right hand side the Republic of China seal is there. There is a certification number also. Then again the same things, the exporter details, the importer details, shipment details, the details of the cargo, the quantity, quality, the price of the cargo, and the seal of the embassy of the country, as well as the company's company who is exporting the good. So this is the sample for certificate of origin. Now we discuss about the last document, that is certificate of measurement. Certificate of measurement is a freight related document. Basically, to calculate the freight, the certificate of measurement is needed. Freight can be calculated by two methods, like what is the weight of the cargo and what is the measurement of the cargo. When it is charged on the basis of weight, the weight is declared by the overseas supplier, is accepted for the calculation of the weight. However, certificate of origin from the approved organization may be obtained by the exporter and given to the shipping company for the calculation of necessary freight. This certificate contains the name of the vessel, the port of destination, description of the quid, quantity, length, breadth, depth of the package. See, in most of the cases, certificate of measurement is not needed. It is only be needed when the importer company or the shipping company asks to submit this measurement certificate. And apart from the common details like exporters, importers detail, the basically the specification of measurement is been there. Like this is the kind of a measurement certificate which shows, you can see that the meters, the breadth, the length, the size of the cargo is basically being mentioned. And apart from that, a certification is needed that all the information given in this certificate are true and not being changed. And then the additionally certified by the agency where this certificate is being issued. That means it is certified by two people: first the exporter who is exporting the good, and the agency who are providing this measurement certificate. So in this presentation we discussed about all exporters document, like the document which is prepared by the exporter. In our next presentation we will discuss about the shipping document. That means the document prepared by the shipping company. So let's wait for the another video. And that's all for this presentation. Thank you. If you need any kind of if you have any kind of query or any kind of suggestion, or if you want to ask any kind of question, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.